It's your boy, Triple B, aka Trip B, better known as the Broken Bitter Black Man. Yep, I done did it. You didn't think I was gonna do it. You didn't think I was gonna do it. You didn't think I was gonna. I'm here. It's here. It's February 14th, right on time, right when I said I was gonna do it. When y'all thought I was just playing. Y'all thought I was play pimping, didn't you? I know you did. I know y'all wasn't expecting it. Y'all didn't see it coming, and it's okay. It's for all my haters, all my doubters, all everybody that thought, he just talking. He ain't gonna do it. Yeah, it's here. We here. It's time. It's time to put it all out. Time to put it all on the table. Time to get it off. Say it with your chest. Time to all that. We finna get into it, folks. Yeah, we finna get into it. We gonna do a lot on this channel right here. You know, But first of all, let me start off telling y'all what this is not. This is not. Let me take my glasses off because I'll make sure y'all wipe my face because I don't need y'all. You know, the lights and stuff. Don't think it's just the jacket and my size. It's hot. You know, these lights and everything. Look here. Let me tell you what this show not gonna be. This ain't no red pill, woman bashing. This ain't no man versus women. That ain't what we doing here. You know, this is my therapy. This is my release, my healing process. This is for my kids. This is so I can share my stories and tell the things that I wish somebody told me. You know, and I'm bringing y'all along for the ride. All y'all welcome to laugh with me, cry with me, you know, laugh at me. I want it all. I want all the hate, the smoke, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. That's why I got my hookah out for. Just to bring the smoke. I brought it, you bring it. So this is what we gonna do. You know, I'm gonna tell some stories. I'm gonna tell the good, the bad, where I messed up, where I was wrong. You know, because I think that's what a lot of people's problem is. They want to blame everybody else. I ain't here to blame nobody. All my relationship woes, they right here. They my fault. I did it. I chose them. I chose to be with them. I chose to ignore the flags. I chose to think that I could turn it into something and mold it and make it into something that it ain't. It ain't gonna be. You know, because everybody's telling me, you know, love and relationships, you know, it's hard. It's hard work. You gotta work at it. Yeah. Some things should just be easy. Some things people should just be able to come together and it just work. And if it ain't working naturally and you ain't having to force it too much, well, you know, it's like they say, if you gotta force it, if you gotta force a fart, then it's probably shit. So let's not go there. First off, I want to start off by saying, I'm not perfect. I'm broken. You know, I'm going through a healing process. I'm trying to work some things out, figure what better way than to videotape it. You know, I got the books coming soon. Just wait. Y'all all your haters and thinking that I'm just talking about the book and it's coming. Just like the podcast, the show, it's coming. Be patient. I deal with social anxiety. I deal with anger management. you know, I'm like I said, I'm just working through some things, and I'm taking y'all along with me for the ride. I'm a video my whole journey through this process, and as I get back to a place of healing, because I don't want nobody to think, oh, I hate women now, oh, I don't want to be with no woman or no black woman. No, no, no. I need to just get to a point where I can make better choices. Choices in who I choose to be with, choices just for myself in general. I went from being a sweet guy, sweet, lovable guy. I watched a lot of TV growing up, a lot of rom-coms, thinking, oh, the good guy, yeah, he gets the girl in the end. Oh, nice guys, yeah. Yeah. I ain't jaded. I'm still cool, but I don't know if I believe in the fairy tales like I used to. It's as I got older, it's almost like the more I got older, the more allergic I became to the BS. I don't think that life is fairy tales and rainbows, and it's gonna be some ups and downs. That part I get, but the people you got around you, if they ain't bringing that good energy and lifting you up and adding to your growth, you don't need them. I don't need them. I'm starting to go by this new quote that I heard. I can't change the people around me, but I can change the people around me. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my journey is beginning. It's just getting positivity, around me. Like I said, I used to be sweet, but hell, I'm a little bitter now. I would love to be optimistic. I'm a little grievous. I would love to have a positive outlook and be good tempered. That's really what I would like. I'm acrimonious right now. I am struggling with the hatred that I allow myself to have caused by somebody else's negativity that I let into my life. And I ain't gonna say how old I am, but yeah, I'm out there. I'm up. I'm too old to not know better. And this is part of me putting it all out there, me putting it all out on the line, me telling people and just getting my truth out. And if you don't like it, hey, there's a comment section down there for you. And some of the stories that I tell, if y'all don't want to, oh, you gonna tell my story? I dare you. Go ahead, jump in the comments. Say I'm lying. I dare you. Y'all ain't gonna do it. No, y'all ain't gonna do it. Y'all gonna sit here, y'all gonna make your little Finstas and fake accounts, and y'all go. I told you, you're gonna hate. And I'm cool with that. I want that. You know what I'm saying? I do want y'all to subscribe, hit that like button, because I'm here. I'm here for it, and I'm gonna tell plenty of stories about my past relationships. I'm gonna tell stories about bad dates. I'm gonna tell stories about bad friendships. Eventually I'm gonna run out of stories. So I'm gonna get people on here and I'm gonna let them tell their stories, and I'm gonna interview some people, and we're gonna see how big we can get this thing. And I want all y'all there to support not only the show, but just support me. support me getting back to a place of healing, to a place of, where I can have that nirvana, that peace, that tranquility. That's what I want. I want peace more than anything. And it may be with somebody, it may be with nobody. Because right now, ain't no more peace than coming home to a quiet house and no arguing and no bickering and no petty, talks of why you do this, why you do that, why you say this. Oh, it ain't what you said, it's how you say. I don't know, no. I'm me. And whoever I be with at the end of the day, they're gonna have to accept me. And just like I'm accepting y'all, and I'm not gonna jump through no hoops. I ain't finna chase, I ain't finna trick. You know what I'm saying? That ain't saying I ain't gonna be generous, but at the same time, I'm gonna be just as generous as you gonna be with me. And hey, you don't like it, move around. And I think that has definitely been my problem when it comes to relationships, that I'm just so happy to be in a new relationship, or I'm so happy that to have this beautiful woman on my arm that I gotta impress her, or I gotta, show her, not only my worth, but that she's worth it, and that I got to put more into it than I should. If I could have back half the money that I spent on women, I'd be retired right now. But I know that's part of it. That's part of the dating and the courting process. Is you got to play to win. So I not giving up on any of that. But I am changing the way that I do things. I am changing the way that I look at people. They say if somebody show you who they are, believe them. My problem is I'm believing them, but I keep giving them chances. I keep wanting them to be something that they're not. I keep wanting them to accept how I do things and how I would like the relationship to go, and sometimes accepting how they want the relationship to go and putting my needs aside. And that ain't gonna work. It's temporary when you do that. I'm saying that's just all a facade. That's make believe. That's not how a relationship is going to work between two people. If both people ain't winning, then you in it for the wrong reasons. If you think you in it just because, she's so beautiful, or oh man, I like the looks that I get from other dudes when they see this girl on my arm, or oh, she come from good people, and she's a good girl, and that's what you want. You want a good girl. You want somebody that comes from good people, but that don't all the time. You see a lot of people get influenced by the people that surround them. So yes, she may come from good people, or yeah, he may come from good people, but then if the people around them is influencing them in a negative way, or a way that even they may not agree with, but they think that that's what they're supposed to do because, they see this person over here in a relationship, and that person may not even be happy. The people that I've seen in the most successful relationships ain't got nobody in their business. And that includes their family. Your family and your friends is all in your relationship, and every time you get into an argument with your spouse, you running to them and telling them, what happened and what Johnny did and what Susie did, and man, before you know it, the relationship gonna be over. Misery loves company. And depending on where that person is in their relationship that day, how they feeling about their spouse that day, because I hope you're asking somebody that's in a relationship to even start with. You know, how you gonna ask somebody that ain't even in a relationship? But then the people that's in a relationship, they could have just got into an argument with their husband or they wife, and they may not be feeling like giving you good advice that day. You know, so be very, 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 very careful who you decide to confide in. You know, be very careful who, you know, you decide to say, oh, man, they did this and they made me feel like this, and then that person give you, yeah, well, you need to leave them, or I wouldn't let them do me like that, and then you break up with them. And then you go run to that person. Yeah, I broke up with him because, like you said, I wasn't supposed to deal with that. That ain't how it's supposed to be. And then a couple of weeks later, you right back with that person. Now you look stupid because you done broke up with them. You done went to such and such and told them what this person done did, and now you done took them back because you want to give it another chance. Oh, they didn't mean it. Oh, it wasn't supposed to come off like that. Yeah, well, that other person is laughing at you now. Or even worse, that other person who done gave you that bad advice, now their relationship on the rocks. Now you wondering whether or not the relationship advice that they gave you was even worth a damn. Don't do it. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't do it. Keep people out your relationship. But that's also what this show ain't. I'm not no therapist. I ain't no relationship expert. I'm a relationship experience. You know, I got experience, a lot of it. But I'm not here to tell you what you should or should not do, because that ain't what this show is about. This show is about me telling my stories. You know, so some of y'all can be like, oh, that happened to me. But then some of y'all can be like, man, I know what to watch out for. That's what I'm hoping for. You know, I'm hoping that my son see these videos and hear my stories, and as he becomes a young man and, you know, starts to get them to messing with these females, and he see, you know, the things that I didn't see. And he hears the things that didn't nobody tell me. And most of the time, I wasn't listening no way. You know, I heard at a very young age, don't trust a big butt and a smile, but I'm still out here trusting big butts and smiles. I don't know. I don't know if I'm not listening. I don't know if is it a brainwash? You know, I'm confused. I'm broken. I'm healing. I'm trying to navigate through this thing called life the best way that I can, and y'all ain't getting it right every time. I'm not gonna get it right every time, and nobody expects you to get it right every time. But you can't keep making the same mistake over and over and over again. But hey, you live, you learn, then you die. Life is short. Enjoy it while you're here. You know? With that being said, let's get into some stories. You know? I got good stories, I got bad stories. We're not here to just harp on where the woman did me wrong. We ain't here to just bash women. We ain't here to just bash me either, because I messed up in some situations, yeah, sure did. I passed up on some good ones, you know, or what I thought was good. They may have been good for me and not good for others. The ones that I thought that were good for me, they still could have been good for me. They may not have. Well, they obviously wasn't, because, hey, I'm here broken, and I'm bitter. But with that being said, let's get into that first story. This is this is one where I feel like I messed up. Or did I? Y'all be the judge. And you be the judge. And you be the judge. And you be the judge. Y'all tell me. So, once upon a time, I was working in South Louisiana. And I meet this woman. I met a restaurant with a coworker. It's Monday Night Football. And I'm in South Louisiana and there's a Saints game on. I ain't no Saints fan. I ain't no Saints fan at all. I kind of despise them, you know. But hey, they was on. It's Monday Night Football though. So I turned to my right, and this woman comes in by herself, and she's sitting there, and I'm like, damn, she's very attractive, you know, chocolatey skin, nice body, and she's sitting there by herself. I'm like, damn, how she come over here sitting by herself? She gotta be sitting. I know she's waiting on somebody. She's waiting on somebody. But while they weren't there, I'm finna strike up a conversation. So I'm like, so you a football fan? Oh yeah, I like football. I like football. You know, so you must be a Saints fan. She goes, no, I'm just here for the game. I'm here for my friend. Oh, okay. So who you like? She said, I'm a Cowboy fan. Excuse me for a minute. I'm like, oh yeah? She's like, yeah. I like the Cowboys. Like, man, I like the Cowboys too. You know, I'm from Texas. She's like, oh, well, I live in Texas. I'm just here, you know, visiting my family. Like, oh, okay. Well, you like, I live in Dallas. Oh, okay, cool. I live, you know, near there, but not there. Oh, okay. You a Cowboys fan too? Oh, I sure am. Oh, okay, that's cool. In walks this dude. He sit down at the table with her, and I'm just like, damn. End of that conversation, I kind of turned around, went back to talking to my coworker, you know, and apparently she over there talking me up to him. You know, I don't know if she said, damn, you done came at the wrong time or what, because next thing I know, old buddy screaming at me, hey, man, hey. I'm like, oh, here we go. I like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, man, we ain't together. This my cousin. I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, she like you. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I'm blushing. You know, I done started sweating again. My head, got my rag out, I'm wiping my face. And next thing I know, she done, like, the tables were situated where, like, the tall boards, two top, you know, tables. She done slid the whole table over to our table. You know, we done engaged in conversation. We sitting there watching the game. You know, oh buddy, he stayed for a little bit, but then I guess he figured, well, she in good hands, or I guess I don't need to be here, because he moseyed right on out the door. And she stayed. You know, my coworker, he's sitting over there listening to all this free game I'm spitting at her. You know, and I know he's amazed, because he ain't, you know, like, I ain't never seen nobody just. But anyway, next day, I'm like, hey, let's go to lunch. You know, we go get something to eat. Uh, we hit it off, and it was one of them high school hit offs. You know, like we up late night on the phone talking. You know, she was only where we were at for a couple more days. Went back to Dallas. We still on the phone, chopping it up. I'm like, hey, you know, I'll be back in Texas, you know, next week. How about, you know, I come up to Dallas and I stay a few days, you know, I get my own room. I don't need to stay with you, you know, but I want to keep this going. Let's see where this goes. Next week comes, I drive on up to Dallas, get me a room. I only got it for one night, because if it was going to hit off, it was going to hit off. And like I said, we had already been engaged in conversation nightly. So I felt like, you know, I was doing what I needed to do, but I was still being respectful. We go out, perfect time. We still vibing with one another, and I'm learning her background. She's learning mine. I ain't hearing nothing that I can't really deal with right now. She ain't hearing nothing she can't deal with. But again, we still got them blinders on. For both of us, it's like a new toy. You know, you get it, and you want to play with it as much as possible, but eventually, yeah, you're going to put it down, and then you may come back to it. It just depends on, you know, how cool the toy is. So, we decided, hey, we're gonna do the relationship thing. We're gonna do the long distance relationship. It wasn't that long, but there was a couple hours difference in between us. And it was to the point where every time I came home, either I was going to her city or she was coming to my city. And when I was out of town working, we on the phone every night. You know, we whispering sweet nothings into each other's ears. You know, the relationship was going off without a hitch. It was that feeling of, again, it's too good to be true. I was waiting. I was waiting for something to just come in and be like, that's right, it ain't what you thought it was. But so far it was. Until it wasn't. There was a moment in the relationship where we started going to church together. Yep. And then you start to see how other people go to church. I grew up in one denomination. She grew up in another denomination. I grew up in a church where, you know, you sit there and, you know, you sing along and, you know, everybody's, she grew up in a church where everybody up hooping and hollering and dancing and moving and shaking and, you know, and if they ain't doing that, it ain't church time. And I'm trying to experience, you know, her religion or denomination, you know, because I mean we both Christians. So I'm thinking I could deal with it. You know, I mean, it is, we going for God. At least that's what you're supposed to go for, in my mind. And I could deal with it. Then she starts to talk about getting the call, or getting the call. And she wants to be a minister of music. You know, she wants to be heavily involved in the church. And I'm just like, I mean, going to church is one thing, but being heavily involved in the church, that part I'm not. I don't think I'm made for. I don't think I'm built for that. You know, and for you to start, because at this point we in it. You know, we thinking that this is me and her is it. You know, I done met the family. I done been there for Thanksgiving. You know, once you start doing holidays with the family, you know, you in there. You know, so I mean, I'm getting that itch. But I'm a little hesitant. And all of a sudden, I got cold feet. I started to think that, man, if she get in the ministry, that's gonna make me the first man. I don't want to be no first man. No. And then again, you know, the domination ain't something that I'm used to. You know, it just, it's too much going on. It's a show. You know, it ain't church. And for some, church is supposed to be a show, but that ain't what I'm used to. That ain't what I prefer. That ain't what I thought at this time. You know, because as I got older, you know, things even changed with the whole church scene. But this woman she was good. She was a good woman. You know, cook, clean, you know, was very catering, nurturing. You know, she had all the things that a man could say, I want my wife to be like this. But it didn't have that I was looking for. You know, she, you know, she's beautiful, beautiful woman. But she didn't have no kind of style to her. You know, she was very kind of plain Jane, you know, which was cool. But, you know, you do want, at some point, you do want the head turn of other men. Not to be staring her down, but that approval of, hey, okay, I see you. Yeah, no. Not to say that she was beautiful, she just didn't. She didn't. She didn't add to what she had. You know what I'm saying? She didn't glamorize. She didn't dress it up. She didn't, you know, put a nice bow on it. It was just a package. You know? And then, I mean, that was the good church girl that she was. And at the time, I'm thinking, yeah, that ain't really what I want. So I messed it up. I blew it. I'm like, look, I can't do it. Oh, it ain't working for me. It's just, I started to sabotage. I did a lot of things that I regret. That because she didn't deserve it. You know, she's a good woman who deserved a good man and deserved to be put on that pedestal. But I backed out. I backed out. And less than a year, she was married. I'm like, damn, she already married? We was talking marriage. So then you get to thinking, well, was she just looking for anybody to marry? Was she just, wanting to be married so bad that the next dude that came along and whispered the same sweet nothings in her ear that she was just gonna jump on it the moment that he agreed to put a ring on it? I don't know. They could still be in marital bliss for all I know right now. But, we kept in touch for a little bit, and let's not say that I didn't get a phone call to say that things maybe wasn't so hot at that time. They were still together though, because she's a good church girl, so she's gonna tough it out. She was gonna make it work, and that alone, that I respected, and I backed off, and I made sure I deleted the number, and we didn't talk no more after that. Like I said, she could still be in marital bliss. They could have went to counseling and therapy and worked out all of their problems. I don't know. I don't. I just know if my head would have been straight, that could have been my wife. And that definitely could have been a good situation now versus back then when I ain't know no better. I had that mentality of it's better out there. I could do better. Ooh, I could do better. And that's the mentality that so many of us men, women, we think we can do better. We think we with that stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? That we can again find something that's greater than what we have. Thinking I guess in my mind I was thinking that I like this right now, but she ain't got this and this. So later on, man, I don't know. I don't know if I'm still gonna be into this. Because she ain't got that it factor that I feel like, that I want or that I think I need. And later to find out that it factor, that's the facade. That's the thing that it ain't what cracked up what it needs to be. And the fact that I'm sitting here thinking that I need the approval of my peers, or I need the looks when we walk into a room, and couldn't nobody be like, "Oh, why you with her?" Because she was beautiful. South Louisiana women, come on now. She had it. She just didn't insinuate. Is that the word that I'm looking for? She she didn't jazz it up, you know. And for me, I'm thinking, hey, that's what I want, cause I was pretty, I'm a dapper dude, you know. I like to look nice, smell good. I kind of, I wanted somebody who to complimented that, you know. But everything that glitter ain't gold. Everything that glitters ain't gold. I feel like I blew that one. I feel like I blew it, but then I may not have blew it. I feel like everything happens for a reason. And the reason that didn't work because that probably wasn't for me. But that ain't probably what I needed at that time. I don't know. I don't know. I got another story. This one was a little toxic. This one was a little, shall we say, violent. Yeah. This one ended on a bad note. A bad note. So this was back again. I'm not working in South Louisiana at this time, but I'm working out of town. Let's just say that. And where I was at, it was no wind. So you gotta get on the internet, you know. And this is right when, you know, I'm probably gonna tell my age a little bit, but this was right when that online dating thing kind of really started to. So I'm on the website and I'm scrolling through pictures and I see this guy. I'm like, man, okay. Shoot her a message right now. Shoot her a message. I ain't getting no response that day. Okay, so, oh well. 2 days later, ding. That mailbox hit. I'm like, okay. So I'm excited because she's a looker. She was a looker. Yep. But her profile, you know, this was back when people was just we getting geeked up pretty much off the pictures because ain't nobody reading no profiles and no online dating. If I ain't got that initial attraction, you know, I ain't even worried about what you got to say. So we messaged each other back and forth. Eventually, you know, she gave me the number. Probably after 3-4 days of talking, she gave me the number. And we talked. Voice was sweet. You know, and the whole time I'm hearing this sweet voice, and I'm like, man, I hope it's matching up with the picture. Because this was even before catfishing was a thing. You know, so, but you still wanted the picture to be the person that you met. Because, you know, even then, yeah, it may be that person, but that picture may be old. So, after talking for a couple of days on the phone, we decided to meet. And first day home, I'm like, hey, you want to go out? And she like, well, I've been working. I put in a lot of hours at my job. At this point, she ain't even told me what she did, so I'm like, all right, cool, but she's like, how about you come to my house and cook for me? And I'm like, what? First, you want me to come to your house. First time we ever met, you met me online. And you want me to cook? Alright, okay. I like a sucker. I dove in head first. So, go to her house. You could tell she ain't cleaned up. She just kind of straightened up. And thankfully, I took my own pot because, the dishes, they were just in the dishwasher. We'll get to that in a minute. So, I'm in the kitchen, I'm cooking, we talking, she's seeing me do my thing, and she's impressed. She was impressed for jump. I was impressed, that the picture matched who answered the door. That was the first thing. After that, I was good. Because everything that she'd been saying on the phone, we was vibing already. We got a lot in common. This right here, cause this might be something right here. So night goes on. She liked the meal that I prepared, and let's just say I didn't go home that night. And from then on, we was together. You know what I'm saying? And I was cool with it. I didn't think that jumping into a situation that fast was a bad thing. Some people, they hook up and hey, they know this is for them, and at that point, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, oh, this is a match made in heaven. Oh, we found each other. I found my partner. So, go to work. Gone for a little bit out of town. She working a lot. So it wasn't like I was worried about what she was doing because she working just as much as I'm working, and where I'm working, it ain't no women. So she was good. And that went on for about 2 months. I'd say probably 2-3 months. And she hit me with that, when you home, you over here all the time. And I'm just like, so what you saying? You want to move in? Oh, yeah. Alright. Let's do the move-in thing. I think before people move in with one another, they should at least take a trip. You know, because that way you can kind of see how a person keep their area. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's big. You know, because like I said, even the first night, she ain't clean up. She just kind of threw everything in one room, pushed everything to the side, you know, just kind of cleared the area. So I move in and I really get to see what this woman lives like. And we know. Well, now we know. Now I know. You know, at least somebody told me, you know, you want to see what a woman live like, just look at her car. If her car is a disaster and it got stuff everywhere and trash everywhere and it ain't kept up, yeah, her house gonna be the same way. 9 times out of 10. Every now and then it may be one who keep a dirty car, but nah. For me, it's 10 for 10. Every woman that I've seen who keep a junky car, keep a junky house. Every one of them. So, red flag number 1. This woman don't. She's not a cleaner. Red flag number 2. Reason she wanted me to come to her house the first night and cook. She ain't a cooker. Nope, not at all. She couldn't help hamburger, okay? You feel what I'm saying? She couldn't. No. And the dishes that's in the dishwasher, they was just in the dishwasher, and they would come out as she needed, and she'd give it a good rinse. But she wasn't using the dishwasher. Now, pause in the story for a minute. Just a little background on this woman. She was very educated. Very educated. So educated that she had degrees. She was so educated, she went to school for, when most people went to college for 4 years, she went to school 8 years after that. Like, she was, yeah, she was educated. She was one of them, smart, brilliant. You know, we could sit there and watch Jeopardy, and I mean, she just rattling off answers. And I'm just like, man, I need to call Alex Trebek. We need to get you on here. We got to get this money. Yeah, she was one of them. But the thing with them type people, man, they got them book smarts. But the common sense, yeah, not so much. Because they ain't been in the book the whole day, so they ain't pick up on no life skills because they been in the book. So them dishes in the dishwasher, they couldn't get washed, not even in the dishwasher, because she didn't even know how to use the dishwasher. And I asked her, I was like, why you ain't using the dishwasher? And she was like, every time I put this dishwasher liquid in there, it just foam up everywhere and it flood my kitchen. And I'm like, yeah, you don't put that kind of soap in the dishwasher. She was one of them. Smart girl. Just no common sense. Back to the story. I'm living in there, and at the time we in an apartment, and I come home from working out of town, and I'm doing the cleaning. And I'm cool with it, because she does work a lot. She put in a lot of long hours. But I clean and then it'd be clean while I'm home. And then the moment I go back to work, well then it's back junky, and then I come home and there's stuff everywhere, and then I gotta clean again, and then it's, you know, how hard is it to wash clothes? You know, she was one of them, instead of washing drawers, she just go buy some more. Until I come home and wash them, and then I started to feel like, damn, I'm the man. You know, I'm coming, and I ain't got no problem with it, but you do your part. What is your part? You know what I'm saying? If I'm the one doing the cooking and the cleaning and providing, you know, what is you doing besides providing yours? And I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. That's what kept me there, and was tolerating it. But that's what I was doing. I was tolerating. And the fact that her earning potential and the sex was so good, I was overlooking all of these things that I was just tolerating. And the problem with tolerating is it's like pulling a wagon, you know, and you get that first red flag and you throw it in the wagon. And then you get another red flag and then you throw it in the wagon. And then you get another red flag and you throw it in the wagon. And then pretty soon the wagon is too damn heavy to pull and you don't want to pull it no more. That's where I was at. But again, you got earning potential. I got earning potential. We could be a power couple. I can overlook it. We can get a maid. You know, we can work out the whole cooking situation. We can make this work. But then now we start to see what it's like when because that went on for about 6 months, and I think, you know, you need to see all 4 seasons with a person. You know, because how they are in the summer and the winter may not be how they are in the fall and the spring. And we started in the summer. In the fall, it started to taper off a little bit. And then when we got to the winter, okay, we progressing, we gonna make it. And then right before spring hit, here we go. And then I don't know what it is about relationships just in general. You know, I don't know if it's because Valentine's Day is over with and everybody got what they wanted. But something about that spring, I think that's the toughest part of the year. That's that season right there. That's when everybody start to feel themselves and start to get them ideas in their head of I can do better. And before you know it, that's exactly what happened. But we thinking we gonna make it work. We can do this. This is good. Let's buy a house. What? Huh? Yeah. She wanna buy a house. Okay. So I'm working out of town. I'm out of town. And she house shopping. She looking. She looking and sending me pictures. She looking and sending me links. She looking and, you know, she excited. Ooh, we finna buy a house. Ooh, we finna buy a house. We finna be together. Yeah, we gonna be together. I'm happy too. She comes across this foreclosure that was about to be auctioned. Now the auction was the day that I would be getting home, which means I couldn't see the house before she put her bid in. But she sent me some pictures, and I'm looking at the pictures, and she's seen it. She saw it twice. She went through it twice, and all the pictures online, you know, they look nice, but that's what the pictures online are supposed to. They're supposed to look nice. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to sell you a house. But she want me to buy this house, and I ain't physically seen it. I ain't walked through it. So, but we talking, and I'm like, yeah, I like it. It's cool. It's nice. I think it may work. Yeah. Morning of, I'm getting ready to come home. Auction later on, midday, but I'm not gonna make it home in time before all the bids gotta be in. I get cold feet, and I'm like, look, don't put the bid in. Let's not do it. Let's just wait. I think we can find something better. You know, I don't want to do it. She don't care. You know, she bought that house, and she didn't put the bid in, but she expressed her anger over the phone about me not wanting to let her bid on the house. So by the time I got home, all that anger had built up because she was ready to get out of that apartment. The lease was going to be up in a couple months, and you know, she just had to get out. She had to have a house, and in my mind, I'm thinking if we buy this house together, then that's her way of completely locking me in. So, I walk in the house. Of course, the house is a mess. Don't look like she done touched nothing. And I've been gone for a little while. Let's just say that. I've been gone for a little while. But when I started to see, first thing I saw was the to-go container from the restaurant that we went to the night that I left was still in the refrigerator. I'm just like, ugh, you ain't touched nothing? Yeah, okay, yeah, probably, I shouldn't have, yeah, no, don't put no beer in it, So we sat down, and we talking. I want out. I want out this apartment, and I can't believe you told me not to put the bid in, and, you know, that was the house. We were supposed to buy that house. We could have got a great deal on that house. It was a foreclosure, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay, how good it was. I can't buy no house that I ain't seen. You know? Who do that? That don't make no sense. That ain't logical. So, she upset at this point. I want out of this apartment. You need to get me out of this apartment. That was the house. We could have did it. Da da da. I'm like, oh, let me leave, because I don't know what it is about men. Either we engage and go back and forth, but I know
how I can be, and just to sit there and yell with somebody, that ain't what I wanted to do at that time. Cause at this time I was still, I had my anger managed at that point, you know. So I'm gonna leave. Just I'm gonna leave, go somewhere for an hour or so, let the situation calm down. Well, where you going? Where you think you going? I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go check on my folks, check on my parents, you know, talk to my dad and my mama, you know, see what they've been up to while I've been gone. I'll be back. It's okay. No, you ain't going nowhere. We gonna work this out. We finna figure this out right now. Da 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 da. And she jumped right in front of the door. You ain't going nowhere. And I'm like, now I'm starting to flex. I'm a grown ass man. You ain't gonna tell me I can't go nowhere. Move. Just let me leave. I'll be back. But I ain't gonna sit here and argue with you. Move. Just let me leave. But I ain't finna sit here and argue with you. And she's real adamant about not moving out from in front of that door. So take this hand, put it on the doorknob, take this hand, and I was just gonna kind of grab the shoulder and just move her to the side and open the door at the same time and kind of run out. Man, the moment I put my hand on that shoulder, she just jumped on my ass. Next thing I know, she's scratching me, y'all. I got scratches here, on my face. Now I'm just, get your ass out the way and let me get out this house. Get out the house. I get out of the apartment. We on the second floor. I'm going down the stairs. You know, ain't no, I don't want to say just black women, but ain't no woman just gonna let you just leave like that peacefully. She following me down the stairs, yelling, screaming. The neighbors that come outside, the apartments is all out, and they looking and seeing. I done got in my car. I'm trying to like back out but not run over her at the same time because she's still beating on the side of my window. Where you going? You ain't going nowhere. Da, 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 da. Finally, I get out the damn parking lot. I ain't had nowhere to go but to my mom and daddy house. You know, because you can't go to your homeboy house looking like that. Man, what happened to you? I knew that was going to come. Get to my mom and daddy house. I don't live there no more, so I ain't got no key, so I ring the doorbell. And my mama come to the door. And as soon as she opened the door, she looked at me and she like, look here, just go get your shit. Her exact words. Just go get your shit and just come on home. Cause all this, that ain't gonna get no better. Once you get into that, it only gets worse. Sit down, I'm talking to my mom and daddy, I'm explaining to them what happened. Daddy, she wanted me to buy a house and I ain't even seen it. And then got mad at me. She jumped on me. My mama like, it ain't gonna get no better. Once you are with a person who can't control themselves to the point where they done jumped on you and they done put their hands on you, it ain't gonna get no better. It ain't gonna get no better. And that's that person's, that's their personality. That's how they handle situations. That goes for men and women. You know, that was the first time that I had really been. Now I've been slapped before, but I got slapped because I probably deserved to be slapped. I was just trying to leave. I was trying to avoid the argument and got jumped on. And then not only jumped on, she put them nails to work. Like I had to go back to work and face all scratched up, and they like, man, what happened? Yeah, I had to answer all them questions, and I'm looking like a dummy. Like, what's wrong, man? You can't control your women, Like, I'm embarrassed more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily how the relationship ended. I'm embarrassed by, man, I gotta walk around and when you in them domestic abuse situations, it ain't worth it. Like I said, it ain't gonna get no better. All the I'm sorry's and therapy, and it's only a matter of time before they do it again. So I did like my mama said. I waited till she was gone to work though. And I was like, make sure she ain't there. And I went and I cleared out all my stuff, and I came home. Went back to my mom and daddy house. I stayed there for a little bit, before I ventured back out on my own. But that was one that the red flags of abuse wasn't there, but the red flags of things that I knew I couldn't deal with was. I think the abuse was just the final red flag in the wagon, to the point where I can't pull this no more. But the fact that she was beautiful, the sex was good, and the enticing of her earning potential and my potential and what we could have, built together, and man, we just gonna live a good life. But it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. And hey, I moved on, and it just it was what it was. That wasn't to say that I didn't try to go back. Because that's what we do, right? We think that, oh, man, we can make it work. Oh, she didn't mean it. It was good. I just want a little bit more. Yeah, part 2 to come. I got more stories. I'm sure we'll revisit her again. But it didn't work out then either. But, hey, it gave us a good story to tell. And I got plenty of them, and that's what I'm here for, I ain't gonna just tell stories. I'm gonna give y'all some reactions to reels, I'm going to invite people in, like I said, and let them tell their stories. This is only the beginning. This is episode 1. Your boy Triple B, the broken, bitter black man, baby. This is it. This is the beginning. I got big plans. Like I said, I want y'all to like, comment, subscribe, Instagram, Broken Bitter Black Man, Facebook, Broken Bitter Black Man, TikTok, Broken Bitter Black Man. I don't know about X yet. We're going to get there. I might even get on LinkedIn and get me a job as the broken, bitter black man. Just going around, healing the broken, and the bitter. sharing my stories. That's what I'm here for. Maybe y'all get something out of it, maybe you don't. But I did it. We here. Let's enjoy it. Till next time. I'm posting weekly to start. Catch me Wednesday nights. Broken Bitter Black Man. Your boy Triple B. Let's go.